Oh, hello, you guys. Okay, if you know me, you know I love Disney. Haunted Mansion is one of my favorites, so of course I had to pick up most of the ColourPop Haunted Mansion collection. I honestly feel like, just based on pictures alone, they knocked it out of the park. I love where they went with this. ColourPop so oftentimes does like a weird kind of color story when they're collabing with brands. This one is on point. It is cool tone, lots of grays, very ghosty, but then you have a couple hints of color too, and the textures are beautiful. Here's a little sneak peek. Okay, I make a couple eye looks for you guys using this palette. We're gonna also do some swatches. I'm gonna do some swatch comparisons between these Super Shocks and the palette because there's some that look a little bit close, and I want to dissect that and see, is it worth your money? Like, do you need both? All of those things that I had questions about, I lay them out for you today. We got the glow in the dark Glitterly Obsessed. I basically just don't have the lips just because I'm trying to pick and choose things that I like. I don't feel like I need to buy the entire collection when it comes to things, and I don't really like the lip formulas of this collection that they came out with personally. But I want to show you the eyeshadow palette, Super Shocks, Glitterly Obsessed, and we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna play around today and we're just gonna be chill. So get yourself, you know, my pumpkin spice latte is done now, but get yourself something to drink, come hang out with me, and let's go, boo. Boop. Let's talk details and specifications about the palette real quick since we will be using that first. It is technically called Welcome Foolish Mortals. What a beautiful palette. I love how they did this cutout. It's a really fun display piece that you could put on your makeup desk if you have one during the holiday season, during the fall season. Retailing for $24. Right now the collection is only available on ColourPop's website. I did see a comment from ColourPop that it's going to be exclusive there, but sometimes they end up going to Ulta anyway, so I'm not really sure. You're just going to have to just check back at Ulta. I'll let you guys know if I find out anything. But the palette comes with 15 shades and you get an array of textures just like we love from ColourPop. Of course, you have your mattes, you have your glitters, you have your Super Shock. You also have a matte glitter and some really nice creamy shimmers that aren't quite Super Shocks. It's somewhere in between. Okay, so I'll do two looks since I have two eyeballs. And I think on one side I will do like what I would normally gravitate to on my everyday makeup look that I've been doing lately, like just a little impactful, a little punch of glitter, but very minimal, very, very minimal. And on the other side, I'll do a little bit more intricate, you know, that way all of you guys get a little taste for something. We can kind of see how this palette plays. So let's do that. Let me start with the easy side first because that sounds easy. I'm just going to take, I think, let's just see how it shows up on my eyes. The Endless Hallway. Oh, I love these names. So it's kind of like a taupey gray. I might be too light for my skin tone. Might just not even show up. But I love that they're given those cool tones, spooky, ghosty vibes. Very dusty. Some of these palettes from ColourPop can be, but this is almost more dusty than I usually experience from them. But yeah, I can kind of see it a little bit. It'll be a good base for me. And then I'm going to go in with the Attic. Ooh, the Attic. I love that. Right here into the inner kind of crease area, just to add a little bit, I think a little bit more depth. It's not adding too much, not a lot of pigment on that. But I see a little bit. It's a little bit more taupey. Okay, maybe I'm going to take Corridor of Doors on the outer side. Okay, just like that. Just like, seriously, the tiniest bit. And then I'm just going to let these shimmers really play, really shine. So let's go in with Ghost Host. Oh, I have my nails right now, so I'm going to have to use a brush. I love using my fingers better, but you can't have these talons to get up on in there, okay? Okay, just doesn't work as well. So I'm going to go with Ghost Host. It's more of like a pressed glitter, so keep that in mind. I'm going to put it right in the inner corner. So pretty. And then I'm going to take it, pop it right in the front corner, and then I'm going to sweep it all across the front like a shooting star, or a shooting spirit in this case. Bringing it right under the brow, but not all the way on the brow bone. Okay, that's fun. And then I think I'm going to take, ooh, I want to play with that pink, but I think I'm going to do that on the other side. So I think I'm going to take Seance Circle, which is like a standard nude shimmer, like pale nude shimmer. It's not that wild. Yeah, I need something a little, it's punchy. It packs a punch. It's a good bright shimmer, actually. I really like that. But I'm going to need a little more from you, palette. I'm going to need a little bit more, but at least you can see what like a soft light look would look like. But we're going to need to beef this up. So let's do it anyways. Whatever, if I use it on the other side too. Let's do Psychic Medium. That's a pressed glitter as well. It is so, so pretty. Let's pop that kind of over that light color. Just playing here, just having some fun. Instead, I'm not going to bring that one all the way up though. I'm just going to focus that on the mobile lid. Okay. I like that. It's so simple. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty pink, sparkly, textured shadow. They don't always recommend putting the glitters near your eyes, so use your judgment with that. I do it, but I just remove it carefully. And you do have some glitter fallout underneath, but that's why I didn't do my base makeup yet. And then on the outer corner, as I never like it to look too disconnected, so I could go in with like a super shock with that, but I'm going to show you guys all of those after. So in that case, let's throw the purple, have a stretch, throw that purple shade on there, just rub it along the lash line. Just give some kind of, it's almost like a transition, just like a little tiny bit though, just so it doesn't look like, okay, where's that missing eyeshadow, you know what I mean? All right, that is so pretty. It's simple, it's easy. I'll put on, you know, mascara and everything when I'm done with the other eye. Let's move on real quick. For my more deeper, darker, intricate side, let's go in with Graveyard Stroll, which is that deep gray. And I'm just gonna blend it all over the crease area. And blending out on the lid. Blended good, like usual. Now I wanna work with my fingers with the rest. Seriously, simple. I'm like, even though it's a little bit more intricate, a little deeper, I'm still all about the simplicity. So I'm going to take that black shade called Hatbox. It's almost like a matte, but like a shimmer. It has a lot of shimmer. So not just like a hint of glitter, it's like a lot. Oh. And it is pigmented. So I'm going to put those on the outer corners. We're going to do a little halo, guys. We're going to do a little halo. Also, when I use my fingers with this, the shimmer sticks more than using a brush. Sometimes the brush have a harder time picking up the little glitter pigments. Take a clean finger and just press out the edges so you don't have any harsh lines. Clean off a little bit of the excess fallout that I got. Again, why didn't I do my base makeup first? Playing with glitters. Sometimes that happens, man. Is what it is. So let's take now, as I did this side, a purpley pink side. So let's do Hitchhikers, but I want to use this shade. It's so pretty. Ballroom Ghosts. Okay, I love that scene. You know, my favorite part of Haunted Mansion is actually when they have, I love the Haunted Mansion, but I also love when they have the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay here at Disneyland in California. I love the overlay. And in the Ballroom Ghost scene, they have the gingerbread house, and it smells like gingerbread. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. If you need that house scent, if you need that scent in your house, check out Wish's Candle Company. They do a limited release of the Haunted Mansion during the holiday Mansion, I think. And then same thing with Magic Candle Company. I'll link both of those down in the description box if they've released them yet. If not, I'll just put their website, because they both do Disney park inspired fragrances. But it smells just like that gingerbread scene. Oh my gosh, I love it. That's one of my favorite, like between the two versions of the ride, that gingerbread scene is my favorite. Actually, the ballroom scene in general, I think, is my favorite. It's just so cool. And so magical. So I'm going to take it first, kind of just purely to see how it looks. So I don't know if this is going to be necessary. Oh my gosh. It's so shifty and cool. It's like a turquoise, but it has a very pale lime green shift to it. So you could just do this. So I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up, baby. That is so cool. Kind of tap the sides to blend it. It's like a little pop of something. So you could just leave it like that. That is really pretty. I wasn't expecting to like that so much. I mean, I didn't know what to expect covering it on top of the black, and it is really cool. That is really cool. That would also be cool to wear on its own. But let's take Hitchhikers, because I'm a teal girl. I love it, and that's kind of what this collection is screaming. I'm going to put that, though, just on the mobile lid. So just right here in the center. I haven't done a halo eye since like last Christmas. This is wild. But what's cool is that is blending really nicely into the Ballroom Ghost shade. That is really cool. And again, blend out the sides, and I can beef it up if I want to. That's a really cool look. I really like that. Ooh, and I just had an idea. Okay, so that's cute. Both the sides, very different, but the same palette, man. Kind of like your girly, spooky, fun vibe, and then your more dark, Haunted Mansion, you know, patina type of stone. Oh, I love it. But I want to maybe do the purple on the lower lash line. I'm feeling crazy. Let me do that. Let me take this, have a stretch. Oh, like the elevator, have a stretch. And then run this along the lower lash line to give a pop of purple. but not on the waterline, just right underneath. Haven't done eyeshadow on the lower lash line in forever. And because I'm using a brush, it almost mattifies the shimmer a little bit. So you have a little bit of sparkle, but not full intensity. That's kind of cool. It's hard to get like the full picture when my lashes aren't done, my mascara is not done. So let me go do the rest of my face makeup and show you what these eye looks look like, okay? Okay, here are the 2 looks all done with my makeup and everything. Very different looks, surprisingly. Tell me which one you like better. Okay, the more deep teal one. Do you like the purple on the lower lash line? And then here's the quick and easy, almost my fairy-esque vibes that I love so much, but you're getting a little bit more Halloween with the purple. So let me know which one you prefer. Honestly, I love the ease of use with this one, and this is like my go-to, but if I want something a little bit more spooky and turquoise, this is where it's at. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Well, let's do the Super Shocks. Let's talk Super Shocks. I'll do the swatches. I'm going to do the swatches on my eyes and show you some comparisons from some things in the palette. So let's check out all of that. Some details and specifications about these Super Shocks. You can buy them as a set for $32 on ColourPop's website, or they are sold as singles for $9 a piece. So you're saving a little bit by buying them as a set, but you just have to ask yourself, do you need all 4? Is it worth the value that you save? Are you going to use them all? For me, it's a yes, but what about you? In case you are having a hard time pinpointing who these stone people are, they are the people, at least at the Disneyland one, where you're walking through the hallway before you get onto the Doom buggies, and they follow you through the hallway. Very cool, but honestly, I was surprised they didn't do the 5 singing bus that you see in the graveyard, because they have the whole song, but that's okay. Maybe later, maybe another time. Let's go ahead and play with these Super Shocks now. Let's quickly compare the Super Shock and the palette shade that look very similar. So you'll see this one from the palette is more turquoise, and it also kind of blends into a powder matte almost, which is interesting, versus your Super Shock that pretty much stays glittery and shimmery, and it is more blue aqua. Very similar though, so ask yourself if you need both. It does blend out differently though. So honestly, based off of what I like to use lately, I would go ahead and go get the Super Shock because it's just a one and done blend. I feel like I need to kind of go over the side and blend it out a little bit, you know, or else it looks almost undone. You know what I mean? So Super Shock's easy to go, but if you're looking for that tone and you don't care about how it blends out, then you could get that in the palette. Hope that helps. Again, let's compare the purple Super Shock to the purple in the palette and see how that looks. Again, so similar. They're both shimmery purples, but the Super Shock is more of a kind of a gray base, not fully black base, but like a grayish purple base with almost a pinky purple shimmer throughout. And then the one in the palette actually blended a little bit better this time than the previous blue, so I could use that just as a finger as a one and done. It's just more purple. It doesn't really have a gray base to it, more purpley. So do you need both? Again, I don't think you need both of these, but they do give off a kind of different look. This one's almost a more smoky since it has a gray base, but me personally, I almost kind of like the palette one better because just on me, I don't love black and gray base eyeshadows just because I just don't like how they look on me. This one, it has a little bit more, it's more impactful, it's more opaque, but this one I like the shimmer better. So I don't know. just know that they're similar. Now let's see, is there anything in this palette that looks like this? No, there's a black with a very, very heavy shimmer. It looks like it's one of those matte blacks, but a ton of glitter in it, and it almost has like blue, silver. I'm almost seeing like a pinky purple shift, but I can't tell if that's silver or just the lighting. It's really pretty, but it's very different than what's on my eyes. So no dupe for that within the palette. So you're just looking at the main dupes being the purple and the blue. So consider whether you need both for that. I mean, even the shimmery one, it's a different texture. This is like a pressed glitter that they have in there. So it is a lot more sparkly than the Super Shock. Even though the Super Shock is pretty sparkly, it's a thicker kind of chunky sparkle. And then this is just like a pure white. So not an exact dupe for the lightest shade that we did first, but that is what you're looking at. Let me know what you think about those. Okay, so are you thinking, hey, you're missing something here? Okay, I didn't get the lippies. I didn't get any of the lippies because I've yet to find a ColourPop formula that I love for their lips. I keep buying the So Glassies, hoping they're gonna get better, and they are just not. I don't like them. So I didn't buy any of those, but I did buy the glow in the dark, glitterily obsessed thing, glitter body gel. And Madam Leota. How cool is this? So glow in the dark, reactive, all of those things. It like almost glows even without glowing. You know what I mean? Like it has like a translucent green shift to it. P.S. The Glitterly Obsessed Madam Leota retails for $24. It is technically a body glitter gel. I do put it on my cheeks. I do put it on my eye areas. Just be careful though, because it is not made for that. Again, use at your own discretion. I'm going to put some on the cheeks though, so you can see what that looks like. Hopefully it'll show up in glow in the dark. Like I'll try to get that going for you guys and show you what that looks like. But it's always hard to get that on camera. So look at that. Ooh, I am a sucker for glitterly obsessed. I say it every time, I am glitterly obsessed, okay? So let's put some on the cheeks, okay? And I go to Disneyland all the time, okay? This is perfect. This is perfect for a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a whatever, you know? This is my fairy vibe, so I don't mind this. I don't mind it at all. I love it. And when it was glow in the dark, I knew it needed to be mine. And I just love it. So that's usually where I put it, on the high points of the cheeks and a little bit above the brow. And I love them so much. I love them. What kind of shifting do we have going on here? We have a little bit of a purple shift. I see peach, I see green, I see blue. It's very multichrome. I totally blanked on that. It's very multi-chrome in that sense. It's giving a lot of shifts, a lot of fun shifties. Let's take a little bit on my inner corners. Like I said, use at your own risk. I'm going to just gently press it on. The biggest thing is like, don't go crazy when you go to remove this if you're going to wear it on your eyes. Use a makeup removing product and a wipe and gently wipe it away. So what I like to do with the Glitterly Obsessed is I have it on the inner corner, and that can be enough, right? You could just be fine with that. Or I bring it up to that like sweep that I have, the sweep of color. Oh, it's just so fun. Or you could put it all over. It's just so fun. So fun. It just really elevates these looks, and I'm not even wearing fake lashes. Like that would even make it even more. But just like this, and if you don't want to do that, a little pop of any of the inner corner colors would be fun. But look at how fun this is. Oh my gosh. Spice up my life, everybody. It's like mermaid scales. Like these are thick. That's why they don't recommend it by the eyes, because these are thick pieces of glitter. So seriously, be careful. That is so amazing. It's like this would be the perfect like mermaid fish scales type of glitter, because it's shaped like octagon too. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I am, like I said, glitterly obsessed. Let's check it out in glow in the dark. Let's see if it shows up for you. Okay, I charged it. That's, again, that's the blue lights, so you can see it. Let's see, I'm taking it into my bathroom, into the dark. Okay, you can see it! I can actually see it better in person. It's not crazy bright, but you can see it right there. I mean, it's so hard, like I said, to get this on camera, but that's pretty cool. Okay, fresh. Let's go into the dark. I mean, it's hard because the screen is reflecting on me, right? Hi, I'm right here. It's so hard to capture it, but I definitely see it in person. It's just so hard to see on camera, but it looks very ethereal and like kind of how you're seeing it in the screen of my light. That's kind of how like I can see it when I take it away in person. I know this is hard to explain. It needs a lot to see it and you have to charge it, but it is really cool. It's like a little whisper of glow. Really pretty. And look at it. Any light that hits it is really glowy. That's the finished looks and everything like that. Let me know if you're gonna pick up any pieces from this collection or did you already. When it comes to the Super Shock and the eyeshadow palette, really think about if you need both, honestly. If I had seen swatches, I don't know, it's hard. It's hard because I love that Super Shocks. Like if I travel, I can just throw one in my bag and just use that. I like the Super Shock formula a little bit better than the you know, whatever the pressed metallic-y shimmers in the palette, but they're also a little bit different. So you don't need both if you're just looking for the color. Honestly, if anybody like saw one of my eyeshadows, you know, if I was wearing it, they wouldn't know the difference between like the two purples, the two teals, unless they really knew what they're looking at, if they're really close to me. I know the difference while I'm using it. So for me, I love that Super Shock, but not necessary to have both. It's not necessary. If you want it, get it. But just really think that. I'm kind of surprised that they put two in there that was so similar to the ones in the palette. That was a little bit weird. Usually, like when they do Jelly Much shadows and palettes, they try to give you pops of something else. So that was a little bit weird. My only like real critique, but the formula was beautiful. And some people just like Super Shocks. If I wasn't like obsessed with the palette, I would just go with the Super Shocks. And vice versa, because you don't need both, I don't think. The rest of the colors that are outside of the purple and turquoise aren't super unique unless you need some gray and taupe tones in your collection. You know. That's it for today, though. Make sure you subscribe before you go, and go ahead and follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at ashleyellix if you want some extended content. I'm going to try to do another eye look on one of those as a little bonus when I play around later this week, because I need to film my fall Halloween haul video, you guys. I kept waiting for things to come, and now it's all here, and it's almost like I need 2 different videos. It's a lot. I'm ready for Halloween. I'm so excited. Who's with me? Let's go. Thank you so much for watching, though, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.